Hi everyone, welcome to today's class. Myself G. Veeranna, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, JVR Government College, Sattupalli, Khammam District. We have already explained earlier classes amines, classification of amines, primary, secondary, tertiary, quaternary ammonium salts, aliphatic amines, aromatic amines, and nomenclature of amines, isomerism in the amines. And yesterday we explained preparation methods of amines and few physical properties also we have explained. And now today's class, the main objectives of today's class: basic nature or basicity of amines and relative basic character of amines, aliphatic amines as well as aromatic amines, and few chemical properties of amines. Basicity of amines. So the basic strength of amines is due to the lone pair of electrons on nitrogen. The lone pair of electrons on the nitrogen makes amines basic, and nucleophilic. The lone pair of electrons on nitrogen makes amines basic and nucleophilic. They react with acids to form salts and they react with electrophiles. So here nitrogen, the lone pair, and this is a HA, an acid, and this is a salt. This is a salt. An amine, an acid, a salt. And relative basicity. Amines are stronger bases than alcohols, ethers, and water. Amines are stronger bases than alcohols, ethers, and water. Amines establish an equilibrium with water in which the amine becomes protonated and hydroxide is produced. The most convenient way to measure the basicity of amines RNH2 is to look at the acidity of the corresponding ammonium ion RNH3 plus. So see here RNH3 plus, RNH2 plus H plus, and K is the dissociation constant of RNH3 plus, and pK equal to pH minus log RNH2 by RNH3 plus, RNH2 by RNH3 plus. And basicity of amines. Amines are generally stronger bases than alcohols and ethers. And this is the tertiary amine. This is the lone pair of electrons on the nitrogen, and this is from here. So we get it, this is the pKa 10.76. Here this one is the pK 4.76, and this is the peroxide ion. So this example illustrates how the basicity of an amine can be quantified by measuring the pKa of the corresponding ammonium ion. A high pKa indicates that the amine is strongly basic, while a low pKa indicates that the amine is weakly basic. Okay, highest pKa value indicates The amine is strongly in basic nature and lowest or low pKa value indicates the amine is weakly in basic nature. So the solvent effects are predominant in polar solvents. And the order of basicity of amine in polar solvents is tertiary amine and primary amine. So this is the order. So you see, this is the secondary amine is greater than primary amine, is greater than tertiary amine, then ammonia. And in non-polar solvents are in gaseous phase, the order of basicity is like this, but this order is the highly appreciable order because of amines can be taken into the consideration of liquid state, and here we can go through the gaseous phase. This is the order. So secondary amine is greater than, we can write this is a very simple manner, secondary amine is greater than primary amine and greater than tertiary amine, then next is ammonia. So this is the order increasing basic character. So this is the greater one and this is the least one. So you can write this order is, this is the increasing order. And in few cases that may be secondary amine and tertiary amine and primary amine. If we take the example for diethylamine, that is the secondary amine, and triethylamine, that is the tertiary amine, and ethylamine, that is the primary amine, in which due to the steric effects, this order can be changed to this order. So finally we can consider this one is the basicity of order or increasing basic character from ammonia to secondary amine. Next, amines, that is aromatic amines, and pKa of ammonium ion. So here this is the aniline and this is the anilinium ion. So this is pK value is 4.6, and here N-methyl-aniline, and this is the ion and pK value is 4.8, and this is the N dimethyl-aniline and this is the corresponding ion, pK value is 5.1. This is pyrrole and the corresponding pyrrolenium ion, that is 0.4, and this is the pyridinium ion, that is 5.3. So the basic character is with high pKa, basic strength is or basic character is high, and the low pKa indicates low basic nature or low basic character. So from in which all these examples from aniline, N-methylaniline, N-dimethylaniline, pyrrole and pyridine. So pyridinium ion is the pKa value is 5.3. So this is the more basic. So this is all about heterocyclic amines. And now an amine moiety exists primarily as a charged ammonium ion at physiological pH. That is a tertiary amine plus H plus. This is the ammonium ion predominates at physiological pH. This is trialkyl ammonium, simply ammonium ion. And basicity of substituted aryl amines. So the lone pair electrons in aryl amines are delocalized by interaction with the aromatic ring. The 5 electron system and are less able to accept H plus than alkyl amines. So that means this pair of electron, if we can shift here, the double bond can migrate here. Automatically we got negative charge here and here the positive charge plus NH2 double bond and negative charge here. This is the structure 3. And this negative charge, this lone pair can transfer here and the double bond can migrate here. So we got here double bond and here is the negative charge. And at the next fourth stage, this lone pair can transfer here and this double bond migrates here, then automatically we get negative charge here. And then last stage, if we can shift this here, the double bond migrates here, then we can get the first one. That is the resonance structures of this aniline. So the lone pair of electrons in aniline are delocalized by interaction with aromatic ring. And 5 electron systems are less able to accept H plus than alkyl amines. So this R is not required. And basicity, aromatic amines are weaker bases than aliphatic amines because of 2 factors. One is resonance stabilization of the free base, which is lost on protonation. So this is the aniline, we have already gone in last slide. So this pair of electron migrates here, then double bond comes here, then automatically this is the negative charge and here is the positive charge. And the same way this migration can take place, and here is the negative charge and then here is the negative charge. These 3 is the resonance structures, and this is the orbital structure, that is the unhybridized 2p orbitals of nitrogen, and this nitrogen is sp2 hybridized. And the next basicity, the second factor is the greater electron withdrawing inductive effect of the sp2 hybridized carbon of an aromatic amine compared with that of the sp3 hybridized carbon of an aliphatic amine. And note the effect of substituents. Electron releasing groups such as alkyl groups increase the basicity of aromatic amines. Electron releasing groups, that is Alkyl groups, methyl, ethyl, propyl, these kind of groups can increase the basicity of aromatic amines, and electron withdrawing groups such as halogens, nitro group and carbonyl group decreases the basicity of aromatic amines by a combination of resonance and inductive effects. By combination of resonance and inductive effects. And take here the example, in pyridine the unshared pair of electrons on nitrogen is not part of the aromatic sextate. So earlier we have discussed about the aryl amines. There the nitrogen the pair of electron is in the aromatic sextate. So here nitrogen is sp2 hybridized, and an sp2 hybridized orbital on the electron pair in this orbital is not a part of the aromatic sextate. So this one. And pyridine is weaker base than heterocyclic aliphatic amines because the free electron pair on nitrogen lies an sp2 hybrid orbital that is 33% of s character and is held more tightly to the nucleus than the free electron pair on nitrogen in sp3 hybridized orbital, that is 25 s character, that is 25% s character. And amines are polar compounds, and both primary secondary amines form intermolecular hydrogen bonds. So NH and N hydrogen bonds are weaker than OH and O hydrogen bonds because the difference in electronegativity between nitrogen and hydrogen is 0.9 is less than that between of oxygen and hydrogen is 1.4. So this is the reason. And using boiling point as an indication of hydrogen bonding, we have already explained yesterday. So that is ethane molecular weight is 30.1, boiling point is 88.6, and methylamine is this one 31.1, and molecular boiling point is minus 6.3, and methanol is 32 and boiling point is 65. So this is the order increasing. And aromatic amines are considerably weaker bases than aliphatic amines. So this point already we have explained, but example is here cyclohexylamine plus water, cyclohexyl ammonium hydroxide. So the pK is 10.66, whereas aniline and water, anilinium hydroxide ion pK is 4.63. So this is the aliphatic one, and this is the aromatic one. So aromatic amines are weaker bases than aliphatic amines. Aromatic amines are weaker bases than aliphatic amines. And if we take a few examples, that is aniline, N-methylaniline, N-dimethylaniline, we have already in the previous slides, and diphenylamine and triphenylamine. So aniline, N-methylaniline, N and dimethylaniline. So the effect of the substituent on nitrogen, it can be considerably we can explain that. Here I can write here. So that is aniline C6H5NH2 is less than N-methylaniline, that is C6H5NHCH3, and this is weaker than N and dimethylaniline, that is C6H5N and CH3 twice. That means this is the stronger one and this is the next one, this is the last one. So alkyl substituents on the ring can make the base very stronger. And from this we have concluded about the physical properties, and now chemical properties of amines. So the first one is reaction of water or reaction with water. So ammonia and water gives ammonium hydroxide, that is NH4 plus and OH minus. So this is the ions. And methylamine, that is primary amine, and water, methyl ammonium hydroxide CH3NH3OH, and this is CH3NH3 plus plus OH minus, methyl ammonium hydroxide. And the same way dimethylamine, that is the secondary amine, and this also forms the corresponding ammonium hydroxide, dimethyl ammonium hydroxide. And trimethylamine also forms its corresponding hydroxide, that is trimethyl ammonium hydroxide. And the basic character also we can explain by using HCl. If we treat aniline with HCl, anilinium hydrochloride is formed, that is C6H5NH3Cl, anilinium hydrogen chloride. And the next reaction is reaction with inorganic acids. So this is the inorganic acids HCl. So ethylamine treating with HCl, I have already told this one, ethylamine hydrochloride, whereas aniline NH2 plus mineral water acid, that is HCl, gives rise to C6H5 NH3Cl, N plus and Cl minus, or we can write this NH2HCl. And in the same way we have already discussed about ethylamine, C2H5NH2 plus HCl gives ethylamine hydrochloride. And diethylamine, this is the secondary amine treating with sulfuric acid, diethylamine hydrogen sulfate. And this is the trimethylamine with treating with nitric acid, trimethylamine hydrogen nitrate. These are the few examples of amines and reaction with inorganic acids. And next, alkylation of amines. Ammonia, this is the NH3, N lone pair, and this is the RX, and this is the primary amine, and this continuation, this is the methylamine, that is the primary amine, this is the intermediate. So that is CH3, N plus, H3 and I minus. And here one more ammonia molecule, and we got this is the CH3 NH2. So this is the primary amine, alkylation of amines. So if we take aniline here, that is C6H5 C6H5NH2 C6H5NH2 treating with CH3I methyl iodide, we get C6H5NH CH3 CH3, that is N-methyl aniline. N-methyl aniline, this is the primary amine, this is secondary amine, and it is continuous CH3I. We got C6H5N CH3 twice. So this is the tertiary amine. And if we can continue this, that is treating with CH3I, we get tetramethyl anilinium iodide, that is C6H5N plus and CH3 taken thrice, trimethyl, sorry, not tetra, trimethyl and I minus. So this is the quaternary ammonium salt. So here this is aniline C6H5NH2 primary amine treating with methyl iodide. So this is the C6H5NH CH3, this is the secondary amine N-methyl aniline, and continuation with methyl iodide, we get here C6H5N taken N CH3 taken twice. This is the tertiary amine, and this tertiary amine is continuation with CH3I methyl iodide. We got C6H5N CH3 thrice I minus, N plus CH3 thrice I minus, and this is trimethyl anilinium iodide, So this is the quaternary ammonium salt, or simply quaternary salt. And here the complete mechanism: a primary amine and methyl iodide, this is the secondary fraction, that is the secondary amine, and one more methyl iodide, and this is the intermediate, and this is the tertiary amine, and continuation, this is the quaternary ammonium salt, So here already CH3 primary amine, CH3NH2, this one. So this is CH3NH2, and this is the intermediate, and this is CH3 twice NH, and this is CH3 thrice N, and this the last one is CH3 taken 4 times and N plus. So this is the primary amine, this is the secondary amine, this is the tertiary amine, and this is the quaternary ammonium salt. And the next is acylation of amines. So this is simple, but here the simple reaction is given, but we can write for aniline also. So this is the simple one, RNH2, that is primary amine, treating with RCOCl, RCH3COCl, acetyl chloride, and this is RNHC double bond O CH3, C double bond O CH3. So if we can take in presence of R, that is C6H5NH2 aniline, and this is the CH3COCl acetyl chloride, and this reaction can be forwarded by pyridine. In presence of pyridine, we get C6H5NHCOCH3NHCOCH3. So this is acetonylide. This is acetonylide, and plus we get HCl. Okay, R may be C6H5 and this is the CH3, C6H5NHCOCH3, acetonylide. In presence of CH3COCl, if you take benzene here, C6H5COCl, that is benzoyl chloride, we get here C6H5NHCO C6H5, that is benzoylide. So this reaction is enough. And the next is acylation of an amino group is an extremely useful technique when performing electrophilic aromatic substitution reactions. So aromatic substitution reactions can be taken into this is the best example, aniline treating with Br and 2,4,6 tribromoaniline, 2,4,6 tribromoaniline. So this is the procedure. Acylation of an amino group is extremely useful technique when performing electrophilic aromatic substitution reactions. So aniline are treating with bromine water or bromine and gives 2,4,6 tribromoaniline. So here you can observe aniline. This is the acyl chloride or acid chloride, CH3COCl, and this is the intermediate. So that is these positions are blocked by this acyl group, and elimination of HCl, and this position is bonded, that is the para-bromoaniline. So the amino group attacks the Lewis acid to form an acid-base complex in which the aromatic ring is strongly deactivated. So aromatic ring is strongly deactivated, then aniline having this nitrogen is a pair of electron and AlCl3 is the Lewis acid. So this is here the ring deactivation process, and this is the reaction. So the Friedel-Crafts reaction can be performed. The amide group can be removed via hydrolysis. So aniline and acetyl chloride. So this is the intermediate, and chloroform and AlCl3. So here methylation takes place, that is para-methyl aniline or a para-toluidine is formed. And here another type of reaction, that is elimination reaction. Amino group and or amines undergo an E2 reaction. If the amino group is first converted into a better leaving group, this can be accomplished by treating the amine with excess methyl iodide. So this is the bad leaving group. NH2 is not very easily leave, but treating with excess of methyl iodide, it forms as a quaternary ammonium salt. This is the best leaving group. This is the best leaving group. So treating the quaternary ammonium salt with a strong base causes an E2 reaction that yields an alkene. The reaction most commonly used in aqueous silver oxide Ag2O. So this is the leaving group. This can be converted as quaternary ammonium salt, and treating with Ag2O I minus and AgO, and this AgOH, and this OH can be reacted here, and cyclohexene, this is the alkene, so this is the C6 and another CH2, cyclohexene substituted with one CH2. The function of silver oxide is to convert one ammonium salt into another ammonium salt by exchanging the iodide ion for a hydroxide ion. So this is the quaternary ammonium iodide, this is the salt, and treating with Ag2 and H2 heat, and one of the iodide ion, that is the salt, that is I minus, can be replaced by OH minus, and I is eliminated as AgI. Quaternary ammonium iodide converted into quaternary ammonium hydroxide, and the newly formed hydroxide ion then serves as the base that triggers the E2 process. So this is the OH minus, and here it is, and we get this is the alkene, and this is the trimethylamine, tertiary amine, and water. So newly formed hydroxide ion then serves as the base that triggers the E2 process, elimination E2 process. And now Hinsberg separation of amines. This is the most important reaction for the separation of amines. Primary and secondary amines are the mixture of amines. The mixture of amines can be separated by using benzyl sulfonyl chloride. Using benzyl sulfonyl chloride, it is a Hinsberg reagent. And the mixture can be individually separated. By primary or secondary or tertiary amines. So this reaction or this method is called Hinsberg method or Hinsberg separation method. Hinsberg separation method for amines. So simply primary amines forms monoalkyl sulfonamide, which is soluble in alkali or NaOH alkali, that is NaOH or KOH. And whereas secondary amine forms dialkyl sulfonamide, which is insoluble in alkali, and whereas tertiary amines, no reaction. So you can observe here, primary and secondary amines react to give sulfonamide derivatives with loss of HCl, whereas tertiary amines do not give any so here is the soluble products other than the starting amine. So primary amines are reaction with Hinsberg reagent, that is benzene sulfonyl chloride C6H5SO2Cl. C6H5SO2Cl, that is benzene sulfonyl chloride. Primary amines are reaction with this one gives a compound, that is this one, and this compound in treating with NaOH, it is water soluble. So that means primary amines forms a water soluble product and with loss of HCl. So primary and secondary amines reacts to give sulfonamide derivatives with loss of HCl. Whereas tertiary amines, here secondary amines, you can observe secondary amines, this is R1 and R2, and this is a benzene sulfonyl chloride. This is the insoluble solid, and tertiary amines, this is the tertiary amine, and this is the benzene sulfonyl chloride, and this is the product, and NaOH, this is not soluble. So simply we can identify that primary amines are reaction with Hinsberg reagent, that is benzene sulfonyl chloride, forms monoalkyl sulfonamide. This is the monoalkyl sulfonamide. This monoalkyl sulfonamide on reaction with NaOH, gives a water soluble product. This is water soluble product. Whereas secondary amines on reaction with benzene sulfonamyl chloride forms dialkyl benzene sulfonamide, which is insoluble in NaOH and insoluble in NaOH. And whereas tertiary amines do not give any products, so this reaction is not taken place. So this is the starting material as it is. So from these three comparative differences, we can identify which is primary, which is secondary, and which is tertiary. So one more time I can repeat the identification of this primary, secondary, tertiary amines. Primary amines on reaction with Hinsberg reagent, that is benzene sulfonyl chloride, gives monoalkyl sulfonamides, and this monoalkyl sulfonamides on reaction with NaOH forms a soluble product, or it's soluble in NaOH, and with elimination of HCl. And secondary amines on reaction with Hinsberg reagent forms a dialkyl sulfonamide, and which is insoluble in NaOH. This one insoluble in NaOH. And tertiary amines on reaction with Hinsberg reagent, no reaction takes place here. No reaction takes place. So primary amines gives monoalkyl benzene sulfonamide and reaction continuation with NaOH, it is water soluble product. It gives a water soluble product. And whereas secondary amines are reaction with Hinsberg reagent, they use a dialkyl benzene sulfonamide, but which is insoluble in NaOH. And tertiary amines does not react with Hinsberg reagent. So the next one is reaction with HNO2, nitrous acid. So this is also one kind of identification reaction for amines. Primary, secondary, tertiary amines are distinguished between primary, secondary, tertiary amines by using this one. So primary amines are reaction with nitrous acid, that is HNO2. HNO2 can be taken from reaction with NaNO2 plus HCl. So this gives HNO2. So primary amines a reaction with HNO2 gives a clear solution with evolution of nitrogen gas. So and the secondary amines a reaction with HNO2 gives an insoluble yellow oil, that is N-nitrosoamine. That is secondary amines. And tertiary amines a reaction with HNO2 a clear solution, that is ammonium salt formation can be observed. So in a reaction form we can write this one also. So primary amines, take example for C2H5NH2 plus HNO2 gives C6H5OH plus N2 plus H2O. So this is the evolution of nitrogen gas and clear solution. So this is C2H5OH, ethanol. If we take CH3NH2, that is methylamine. So reaction with this HNO2, it forms CH3ON double bond O. That is methyl nitrate is formed. And nitrogen gas is eliminated. And this methyl nitrate are in few situations 2 moles of this one, and it gives CH3O and CH3, the dimethyl ether, and N2 plus H2O. That's why primary amines on evolution are releasing of nitrogen gas and it forms a clear solution. So here is the ethanol, here is the dimethyl ether. So this is for primary amines. And whereas the secondary amines, that is if we take CH3 twice N, CH3 taken CH3 twice NH and treating with HNO2 gives a nitromethylamine, nitrosodimethylamine, that is CH3 twice N and N double bond O. So that is N-nitrosodimethylamine, N-nitrosodimethylamine treating with concentrated HCl, presence of concentrated HCl plus H2O gives backward reaction. But this N-nitrosodimethylamine is insoluble. So this is the insoluble N-nitrosoamine. And tertiary amines does not, so this is the simple one, R3N plus HNO2 gives, so in place of R we can take CH3 trimethylamine and HNO2 gives CH3 twice NHNO2, that is nitrate, and upon heating this gives nitrosomethane and methanol. So this is the distinction between primary, secondary and tertiary amines by using HNO2 reaction. And now from this we can conclude here, and so far we have learned about Hinsberg reagent and basic nature of amines, aliphatic amines and aromatic amines. And thank you.